What's something you thought was cool as a kid but realized was illegal when you got older? My dad taught me to pick locks when I was 8 because he said it was a useful life skill. And I thought he was the coolest dad ever until I realized he'd been using me as his accomplice to rob houses while the families were on vacation. Dad started with our own front door when I was 8. Every man should know how to pick a lock, he said, showing me how to use bobby pins and paper clips. What if you lose your keys? Within a week, I could open any lock in our house. Dad was so proud. You're a natural, kiddo. Real talent. He taught me about different types of locks, how to feel for the pins, how to apply the right pressure. It felt like learning a secret superpower that other kids didn't have. Our little secret, Dad would say. Don't mention this to your mom or your teacher. They wouldn't understand how cool this skill is. Soon, Dad started taking me on practice runs around the neighborhood. We'd walk past houses and he'd point out different lock types. See that deadbolt? That's a tough one. But that doorknob lock? Piece of cake. When families went on vacation, Dad would notice. The Johnsons are in Florida this week, he'd mention casually. Perfect time to test your skills on their back door lock. I thought we were just practicing. Dad would boost me through windows or have me pick locks while he kept watch. Good job, kiddo. You're getting really good at this. Inside these houses, Dad would look around while I practiced on interior doors, just checking the security. He'd explain, making sure everything's safe while they're away. Sometimes Dad would move small things around, testing if they notice when they get back, he'd say. I thought it was some kind of neighborhood security service. Other kids bragged about their dads teaching them to throw footballs or fix cars. My dad was teaching me actual spy skills. The summer I turned 10, Dad started bringing a backpack on our security checks. He'd pack small, valuable items inside. We're borrowing these to test if they notice things are missing. It's like a security audit. What if they call the police, Dad? They won't even realize anything's gone. We're just testing their awareness. One afternoon, we were in the Martinez house while they were visiting family in Mexico. I was picking the lock on their bedroom door when Dad came rushing in. We need to leave, now. As we hurried out the back door, I saw Mrs. Martinez pulling into the driveway. We'd barely escaped. That was close, Dad said, breathing hard. Good thing you got us in and out so quickly. I felt proud that my skills had helped us avoid getting caught during our security test. The truth hit me during a high school assembly about home security. The police officer was explaining how burglars often use children as accomplices because kids can fit through small spaces and seem innocent if caught. They'll convince the child they're playing a game